All right, wonderful people, welcome on yet another interesting episode of your favorite podcast. Yes, Random is back again, and this week we are back with another interesting guest. There was an allegation after the first season ended. Someone said 20 episodes, one woman, kilo day. Now so we bad rich. I said no. Not at all. It's just that it happened that way. And now I've made it a conscious effort to make sure that I will go in search of interesting, beautiful, and awesome personalities packaged into the feminine body that will be on this show. And I have someone here with me. In fact, this person should have been on the season 1, but for a reason or the other, she couldn't make it to the first season. But I'm glad to have her here on the second season of Random. Who is my guest today? My guest today is a multi-entrepreneur. Get with it. Serial entrepreneur. I think that's the perfect word. She is a creative person. She's a talented person. She is someone that is passionate about the well-being of other people. And then she's an interesting personality. She's a friend of many, and she's just, don't let me talk too much. You will get to meet her. My guest today is the one and only Anima Shaun Aminat. Does that ring a bell? Say, I think I've heard the name. No, you have heard the name, but you never hear the one way you know. Anima Shaun Aminat Aderayo, popularly known as Derayo. After this break, you will meet Derayo. Oh yeah, let's go. Welcome back. It's time for you to meet my guest, Derayo. What do you use now? Is it the MD, CEO, or the creative director of Derayo Vocational School?
Yes, it's actually CEO, but most times I prefer creative director because I'm a creative being, and there's just so much to the title, but then that is okay.
Welcome on Random. Why did I keep saying podcast? Welcome on Random.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for the invite.
How was your journey? How does it feel like traveling around the world?
It's more or less like a dream come true. Thinking about something, dreaming about it, and then seeing it play out. And not just for me, not just for myself, for the average Nigerian youth and average Nigerian creative, and also particularly from Ibadan. Yes, making it internationally, not for leisure, but for business, for showcasing and telling what we do from the grassroots to the world. It means a lot, and looking back, it's like a story being played out. But I'm so happy, and because it's going to inspire more people. Like, yes, you can be in Ibadan and make it all over the world.
I like that. I need to hear that.
Yes, you can be in Ibadan and make it, and you can be in Ibadan and be known worldwide.
You can be in Ibadan and be known worldwide. Now, before we go to what you are known for and what that your business is, I would like to ask some basic questions about growing up. What was it like growing up in Ibadan? I'm assuming now that as an Ibadan girl, you lived practically all your life in Ibadan. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so take me through that what it feels like.
And I like the word Ibadan girl. Yes. I think I'm one of those people that are so passionate. I love Ibadan. And growing up, I grew up staying with my mom and then with my grandma. My grandma has a shop in Okunpa Market, and
I'm getting somewhere.
And it's a merchant that is involved in selling cosmetics, and so that's where I grew up from. We'll be under the that counter, and then they're getting to the market as early as 5. They're already trying to set up at 5 a.m. And that's where how I grew up, and I know the in and out of Ogunpa market. And from there to Ososame, and then living at Oke-ado. I grew up in Oke-ado. I can say that anyway. So that familiarity, that familiar space, looking back, seeing how Ibadan has also evolved, how everybody's playing their part to actually put Ibadan on the map, and trying to change the narrative that, when they say Ibadan is local. Sorry, Ibadan is not local. We're just, we're more or less the reserved people.
It's part of, I think the DNA.
Yes. We are communicators. So it's you're more grounded if you grew up in Ibadan. You are more kind of a realistic person, in touch with the reality. That actually helps me, give me more clarity. When I was getting the exposure, the international exposure, I know where I'm coming from, and I know what's on ground, and I can relate, and it actually helps me to know this is where you're coming from, and this is who you want to be and who you're going to become. So not just having that kinche fulu, you understand what I mean? We are well, especially the family that I come from, and also growing up with my sister and my mom, being contented with the little you have, knowing that you have to put in you have to work hard to be able to earn, and to also be able to not just only for you, but for the community and the society. It's all about the environment. Yeah, and that's interesting. Now, you've touched on certain areas growing up in Ibadan, but I'm interested in that Ogunpa story because, naturally speaking, I've realized that many people who are doing well in their craft and one or two things they are doing these days, they are mostly inspired by, someone said, if your grandparents is a very creative person. When I say creative now, let me use, being mindful of the word now, creative, influential, and exposed. When I say exposed now, from what you said now, your grandma is greatly exposed to business, and you are privileged to stay with her at some point, and I want to believe that you pick one or two things from her. So now, let's go back to I want to marry these things together now. Where did you school? I want to link that to the grandma influence and what you are doing right now. I grew up seeing my grandma. My grandma is always counting money. As in, she's from morning till night. I'll just be like, she's always counting money. I'm like, this new money, she'll just be counting. And then some of the things I did then was when they maybe some of the powder that is broken, and I'll just tell them to gather it. I think I was around 5, 6 then. They would gather it, and then I'll put it on my face, and I'll just start shouting, "What do you mean here?" Just selling, and I'll just sell it. I'll sell everything, all the broken powder. So I think it started from there. Knowing that so I've never been a 9-to-5 person. Let me say I love fashion. I just love fashion, but not really so into fashion. But anywhere there is fashion, you just see me there, I'll be excited. Moving from there, and then schooling in Ibadan. I went to St. Teresa's College. That's where I had my secondary school, so it's, having that, it's not that we are not from, we can't say we are rich, but then we can't say we are poor. I'm
trying to play along, okay?
Yeah, so, it actually gives, you have a full understanding of, you're seeing the rich people, you're seeing the very poor people, and then you're trying to play it out.
You are privileged to see, or let me say to feel both worlds. You can see from here, you can see from here. So you can balance it that, okay, one.
It actually helped. It actually helped me. I think even my story, it actually makes me have this empathy for anybody going through one issue or the other, and I have to also try and do a lot of training to also, improve and see, when you listen to people's story, you just be like, there's always a way. Now you should have done this, that. Sometimes everybody we react to things differently, and people can be in the same scenario and turned out differently. So we have to really. So I think that having all that exposure really helped me, and I see the way I see the environment, the way I interpret things is different from an average Ibadan person.
There are some people they call Oja'ba. So I want to believe that the part you've told right now in terms of your business has to do a lot with the influence of grammar. Even though she's into cosmetics and into fashion.
Yeah, I think maybe because I saw, I saw how she was counting money. I like that part. She was always counting money. And for this one, my mom is a 9-to-5 person.
Interesting.
Yes, she's a 9-to-5 person. And we didn't even really understand what she was doing. She had no that she goes out in the morning and go. It was later that we started understanding that she's a civil servant. And just when I was going, I was like, what are you even doing there? I would have preferred my mom selling amala. Amala we do, we'll be making money. We just be counting. He just that money. But over time, he grew out of it wasn't about money. It started with, I just wanted to. There has to be more. It has to be different. It can be different. And our community can be different. What can we do? And then the energy started from there. Like, how can I be that person that people will look up to? Being a good role model. Apart from not being a good role model, looking at around and see how can I put in solution, part of what I'm doing, how can I make it like a solution to help, to improve what's on ground actually. And I think, because I didn't want to do business, that's the funniest part. I wanted to have an NGO, right from when I was 17 years old. I wanted to have an NGO, but I realized that I was at a level where you want to have an NGO, you want to have an influence. Is either you have money or you have power. So those are the two. And I know that I don't even have money. I've not even had my BSc. So I know that I have to, I decided to first have a business, have a strong business. And then once I have money, I'll be able to help conveniently.
What you just said now reminded me of growing up. I watched this movie that year, Rituals, all those Nollywood movie. Peter Dochi, Zach Oji, all of them, they were spending money. And they ask him, what do you do, Chief? He say, I am a philanthropist. And for the next few years, they ask me, what do I want to be? I say, I want to be a philanthropist. I never knew that. Philanthropy is not a profession. So I wanted to be a philanthropist. And for a long time, I didn't see anybody to correct me. Never knowing that philanthropy is a very big word. And like only a few people, maybe people like Elumelu, who have devoted their life to spending their money on the interest of others, should actually use that or could use that particular name. But then I like the first thing I know about you was actually your non-profit work. So when you say you want to have an NGO, and that was the first thing I want to say, you clearly got your, I won't say priority now, you clearly got your purpose figured out early, because trust me, for me as a person, the biggest thing I've known about you, which attracted me to the name Derayo in the first place, was your charitable works, all the things you do, which I believe is the core of your NGO, which we'll soon get there now. But you said business was not the intention initially, you just wanted to help people, but you just realized that I need something to power this help. So now let's talk about that now. How many skills did you acquire over the years while trying to set up your business? Because I learned you have quite a number of them.
I have a lot actually, but I'll take you from the vocation side.
Okay.
With vocation, I did 7 different ones.
7? What were you looking for? Let me not say what were you looking for. What was pushing you? What was the motivating factor?
Very interesting story. It was at a different time. Let me start from. I got admission into Olabisi Onabanjo University to study diploma in marketing. And I think that was 2004. And I got an admission, and then there was no school fees. There was no house to stay, and the reality setting, like, and I have to find a way around it. And I think I was 16 plus. So I just like, okay, fine. There's a sister in my area that makes cake. I just see her. We don't talk. I just see that she makes cake and she does decoration. So before I got the admission, instead of staying at home, I was just waiting for that. I just went to meet. I didn't even tell my mom that. Auntie, please, I want to learn how to make cake and decoration. And she said, if you want, just come. And that's it. I didn't tell my mom. So I'll just go and sit with Auntie Oinda, wash plates, carry, and that was how I started following her to parties to see how.
Let me quickly pause there. Some of these beautiful things, what you just mentioned now, is something that is so beautiful to me, but unfortunately, I think we are losing it because I'm not sure there's anybody that we want to accept anybody's child. To say come and be learning from me without saying bring your parents, bring your daddy, bring your mommy, because of what our environment and our society has turned into. But back then, life was. Let
me. I understand what you're saying. It's still ongoing. It's just that the gap is much. What I remember then was in her area. Our area is number 30 already in street number 10. That's the house I grew up. That area. Me and my sister, we are known to be quiet. We are known to be reserved. We are known to be, the good children kind of, where like polite. There's no fighting in the area. We're always going, and then we know what we want to do. So maybe it's just God.
I get that.
So whenever, approaching someone like that, they know that, for this person, that's kind of okay. That means she's serious. No, we are not the, kind of. I remember there was a time I went into modeling at the same period, and then one pastor, he has a pharmacy in that same street, and then he just called me. We don't talk. I just we just go out and come back, and that's it. And then the pastor called me, and he was like that he's surprised. I saw a poster somewhere and he saw my picture that I'm modeling that. And he was looking at it like, is it not the same girl that I know? It can't be her. He was not asking me, is it you? I said, yes, it's me, that I'm into modeling. I do modeling. I was like, that I changed his orientation about models. Like, models are supposed to be well, but because he knew me, he knew how I grew up, like, is he sure? This. And then it was like he wants his own child to also be a model because I did that. It means a lot. That means, everybody needs to, find a way to groom your child to be in the right path. Be positive at all times. So, that's, we already had that perception about. So if you have a child like that is coming up, people will be able to want to care or give you support or even help you whatever you need, and that's had actually helped me all over throughout. Now that we actually we post you to go and learn skill for free without collecting money, is because of the relationship that I have had with those people, and people are training people for free here in Ibadan without collecting one naira, without knowing their parents. I also have trained people that I just, met in church. I'm a Muslim. I go to church. I train people for free. I go to orphanages home. And then I train people, and they even graduated. Sometimes we give them transport fare. We give them equipment. And I don't know their parents. And they learned from me for over a year, And sometimes you look back, you just be like, because you should curious to even know where your child is going to. So sometimes, I think everybody just get busy with us looking for money, and then they are not so bothered about what their child is really so doing, not even interested in what they want to become, to even guide them or even be interested in knowing what I don't even know their mom, not to talk of the dad, up till now. And that is the work they are doing to become somebody. And the
parents are not even part of it in any way, and they don't even want to know. They are not even interested in knowing. Interesting. So, you learned from Auntie Oinda?
Yes, I learned cake. So when I got the admission, the first thing that came to my mind is we're going to do matric. I need to bake cake and carry it and sell. And then I told them in class.
No. You want to bake cake to cut for your matriculation or to sell?
To sell. So in class, I just told them, we've had few classes, and I just told them, matric, you need to have cake for your matric. That it was just mouth. There's no picture. I just told them I bake cake. So pay 225. I'll help you to do a fine cake. What color do you want? Pink and blue. Everybody started picking their color, and that was it. And I got 10 order for so instead of me preparing for our matric, I was actually preparing how to carry 10 cake from Ibadan. Don't ask me how I carry that 10 cake from Ibadan with public transport bus from Molete to Oru. Yes, everybody that was inside that bus as crazy. It's kind of crazy. I don't know how people help me to carry from Orede into Molete. So everybody in the bus, I begged them
to laugh a cake.
That was how we carried it, and we got, you know.
So there's always a way.
You get. So I actually look at, delivering. I don't, the in between we sort it. And then once you have that mindset, then you see that you just get things done.
Another thing that I want to touch on, which is the personality, which you mentioned earlier, which was what really gave you a let me say an upper hand, let me say open door with Auntie Oida, was the fact that, like you rightly said, you have a reputation that preceded you.
Yeah.
That this cannot be. But even when you got to the park, you don't know them from anywhere, but you're still able to approach them. And that takes me to something about decorum, about manners, and about confidence, about a lot of things, how to approach people. There was the day we were talking about humility. We're talking about someone respecting another person. Okay, I used to have this friend. In their house, there are 4. Nobody calls anybody brother. They call themselves by name, which to us, by the standard with which we were brought up, that was off. I didn't put any brother, that's those kind of a thing. And then one of them was saying it is trash. We were having an argument that day, and then my brother gave him an illustration. He said, if somebody walks up to you, now somebody that calls you brother, and say, brother, you've known him for a long time, and he said, I'm hungry, what will you do? I said, even if you have 20 naira left in your pocket, and that's the only thing that you have with you, won't you give him? I said, definitely. But if nobody, that's the way we say, they see you say, guy how far. Well, and you are older than him, and if it comes to you to say, are they hungry? Say, we did together, when we face this thing together. So, and several times I've seen people say, that girl, that guy, get what you want ask from me. Even if I don't get, I will go all out to look for, just because at some point or the other, that particular child or that person has honored them in a way. So, and this thing is not just limited to people you have known or people that knows you, because it's like it oozes out of you. You cannot help it. So I can imagine somebody going to ask 10 strangers to lap cake not from Molete to Challenge. They
followed me to the house.
Imagine.
They carried it to where I'm staying to help me. So you just achieving things. It starts with determination. Not looking at, I don't have the excuse. I don't even have oven. I don't even have any tools. It was Auntie Orinda's oven that I used for, and I have the pictures of all those cakes. So it's even on my phone. So that is the starting point, and from there started selling cake in school, from selling book stand, throughout selling earrings. I'll buy earring from Agbeni, earring and chains. As I'm going back, I come home every weekend, I'll buy and then I'll sell.
So you are the typical student entrepreneur.
Yes, I was known for selling things. So even when lecture is going in, once I know that before the lecturer comes in, I'll just be jumping from one roll and one roll. Now
let me ask you a very funny question. What was your motivation for that? Was it that you want to earn extra income? Was it that you just feel I should just do it? Or was it that you needed that money?
No, it wasn't extra income. It was for survival. There was no money I need money to eat. I was in school. I told you, I have not paid the school fees. There's no house to even stay. I didn't get a house. I was squatting with a friend, but that's normal back then. But the money to even eat, because I lost my dad at the early age. And so it was just my mom, and I have to find a way to ease off the stress, not added to the burden. So it was just, I need to survive. And I can't ask for money. I don't ask people for money. I wasn't brought up that way. Whatever you have to just manage with it. So I know that I've gotten to a level where I need to just make money so that I can eat, because once maybe when I'm leaving, maybe she gives me the first money I spent in investing in the earring business. It was 1,008 that my mom gave me for just to spend, and I told her that instead of going this, let me buy the earring. I'll make sure that I'll sell it in class, and then I'll make more money. And it was just for survival.
Wow.
And then it became an habit. From there, you know, you have to move from what else can we do, you know, you start thinking, and
what else can we sell? Wow. So now you learned cake making, then you of course trading. You learned trading from from a very tender age. You started selling, advertising, marketing, and all those ones from back there. Then I'm talking of the vocational skills now. So you learned cake making.
Yeah, I learned cake making. I learned shoemaking.
How did you do that? Or when did you do that?
So Osu, I was like, when I was in Oja'ba and Dugbe University, I was like, okay, fine, because I don't have much to spend on shoes, as clothes. I was managing, so I'll just go to, there's a shoemaker at Oke-ado, then I'll just go and meet him. I've seen his show glass. Please make a slippers for me, and these are slippers. I just make 2, and that's what I wear for the semester. And so I'll make for some of my friends from him. They liked it. Like, can you make? And then I'll put extra change, and then I'll make it. And so that was how I linked up with the shoemaking. I know that, okay, you can always make slippers, because some people don't know that people actually, it took them a while before they know that they're actually making shoe and bag with hand. So that started 2004, 2005. So I'll just make from him, and people like, this your slippers is different. They like it, it's nice. And that was where I connected with him. And it was that same year I and my friend were just in the room, and we're thinking, what else can we do for money? My friend, actually, she's from a okay home. Everything she needs is in the room house. I was staying in her room. And I was just like, we need to make more money. Yeah, let's go to travel to Lagos. Let's go and do modeling. In fact, our parents must all know that she went to Lagos. She wore hijab and used glasses. I was one that pushed her. Yeah, let's go. So we didn't tell anybody. Just went to Lagos. We went to research, and then we met an agent. That was where my modeling too started. I had an agent, and then from there, I was like, what else can we do? Let's start ushering. You know, go to parties. Started ushering jobs in Ibadan that year, and let's. You know, we go to parties, and then weekend when we are not in school, we just go party, football, wash plates. Yes, wash plates, carry plates, you know, serve food, and then we'll collect money. They were paying us 600 naira then. But you know, that joy, even that 600 naira, we'll still travel back from and travel. But because we're thinking of turning it into a company, and then that following year we registered with CSA.
Wow. Yes,
Cordial shirt. So you can see anything I'm doing, it has to, okay, how, you know, that form of, it has to be different. It has to be well packaged. We did complimentary card even as at then. Some friends helped us with the logo. We didn't even pay, you know. So that was the connection with and then even then whenever the ushers, most times when we want to, before, you know, we do makeup and all, I just tell them, I can help you to do makeup. They'll just give me, I'll just say, I don't know how to, I'll just try to put everything there, and I'm like, it's fine, you are good, because I know how to mix colors and all. Like, some of my friends, when they want to do wedding, I did not learn it. They'll just tell me that Deraya will do the makeup, just pay, I give her 10,000, and it started from there. Like, a friend was telling me that there's a guy that is doing makeup in Lagos that my makeup, she thinks I can build start it as a full-time thing. I should go and learn it. And I went to Lagos when I was doing everything in school. I went to Lagos to go and learn makeup too. In fact, I begged him to pay 40,000 naira then too. So it was money for the ushering that I used to pay for I paid for myself. I didn't tell my mom that I was going to Lagos to go and learn. So I'll do 2 days in Lagos, run back to Osu, then back to Ibadan. I'm always traveling.
Wow.
I'm always on the road. So, you know, that's where the makeup, I just did the training for 3 months and I was good. I bought the kits myself, and then I was doing weddings. But you know, there's just that makeup that I was doing it was more or less I'm still testing. And then the makeup, so when we registered the ushering company, we did over, let me say, close to 200 parties.
Wow.
Most of the coronation is us. Most of the big parties, Condio usher. That's what they call it.
Condi?
Condio usher.
Condio usher.
Yes.
See
Female ushers in
Who
French.
gave you that name?
Dictionary. We sat down. It took us days to come up with that name.
Wow.
Female ushers in French. Something different, something. And then we'll have girls, so we get caught on all the girls, and then we'll share it with the founding partners. And so most of the event planners, we know them, so we partnered with them. And so when I finished from Osu, we wanted to move into 200 level, and then the school fees was around, when I was doing diploma, school fees was 46,500. So when we wanted to cross, they said school fees is 150,000. I just decided, it's not possible. 46,000, I knew how it took me to, I just packed my bag and I left. I finished the diploma and I just left. Like, I can't afford that. There's no how I'll be able to, I have to. Some girls stayed and they did what they could do. They went into runs. I did not shame them, but that's how. But I told them I can't do this because I have to face reality. There's no how I can pay it. I don't even have to get. There's no. I was always cutting with people. This week, next week.
Now the now increased the money. The fee increased to 150.
Yes, so that was how. Let me peng school. Let me go and really work so that I can earn, and then once I have money, I'll go back to school. So that was where. So I also, we're doing ushering, so I was meeting people and I was doing modeling too. So anything you want to do modeling, fashion, you see me there. So I was meeting people in Ibadan. I was part of the team that brought Julozago, first time to bring Julozago to Ibadan to do a fashion show at Joko. Yes, we sold tickets, we go to club and sell tickets at night when everybody's sleeping. That was where I was learning. I studied marketing, also selling, meeting people.
Not just learning theoretical part.
And then my dad did marketing. I think that's even why my mom wanted me to do banking and finance. Was when I wanted to submit it, I changed it to marketing. Like, I want to be like my dad, that. So he actually helped me meeting people, and then I met Adeola Layade. I met Pedro Afano.
That was Esquisito, right?
Esquisito, yes. So
I remember our bread.
Yes, and a cake. And so we became friends. So being friends, that kind of. So we started, coming up with different ideas. When I met them, they were also. I wanted to have an NGO. I told you it was way back. They also want to have an NGO. So we started. The three of us, we came together. Like, let's just do something. And then we started. We did. His and hers will do a cake. The other will make a cake, and then Peju will sew a cloth, a dress, the same design like the cake. So we organized a fashion show at Davis Hotel. We meant to meet Davis Hotel, and he gave us a space for free. I and Peju, we did the most of the movement. We went to meet some top, just walking. So I was already always on the move. Most people in Ibadan, I'll just enter the house, knock the door, and we'll talk to them, explain, having that. And I was still, in fact, I was so tiny, more tinier than this. And then my own is to come in with the ushering, the models. I was the one that get the models to be on the runway. In fact, I was the one that designed the mats, the runway, and then we did the show. But it was on the night of that show that sparked the shoemaking and the bag making fully. So when the fashion show, Diola did the cake, Peju did the fashion, and then I don't have a business. I have the ushering, but I don't have like a product to showcase on that runway. So, and then when we finished the fashion show, both of them, Peju had a car, she entered her car, the other two had the car, entered her car, and they left the Davis Hotel at, I think, around 10 to 11 at that place. I don't have a car at Davis Hotel, and we need to clean up the space, and they just left. So I had to wait. Like, I have to clean the place so that we give us for free. We can't just go, I stayed, I cleaned the place, and I had a boyfriend then. So he called his friend that we were going to be here. He should bring his car and come and pick us. So we packed all the things we use, we had shakabula, we did runway with slides. It was very nice. And we packed everything. I don't have I'm staying at Oke-ado, so Diola, they have a house in Bodija too. So we packed all the load, and then by the time we got to Diola's house, Diola is already sleeping in nightwear. We shall dump the load, but it was that night. I cried till I got home at around 1 at Oke-ado, and I was crying. I cried till the following morning. That was like, I felt like as in, what is the point of the old? It wasn't about money. Even for them, it wasn't money. It was just for us to, bat something, connect, and then, there's a product to show. I can't be modeling. Which model? I'm not even the model. I wasn't on the runway. So it was that night that I decided to go and learn shoemaking. To go and learn shoemaking so that I can have a product, so that the following year when we are doing fashion show, I will bring out shoe, they will bring the cake, and then the dress.
One thing about that, now you did the event, it was successful, right? And people came and everybody was like, wow, that was a good event, but you went back home crying. Yes. And that is the reality of many event planners and many people that are into events. People come to events, they just come and shake you, guy. That was awesome. That was wonderful. But it's left for you to now decide, or for you you are the one that knows the goal.
Review.
You now review. Did I meet my? I don't know. This thing was successful. At least people that came enjoyed themselves. But did I accomplish what I set out to accomplish? And that is where it's good to examine, review, and do a postmortem. Sometimes when you have a project like that. So it was the postmortem of that particular project that gave birth to the shoemaking.
Yes.
And then you decided to learn shoemaking.
Yes. So I went to meet him.
That is skill number 4 or 5 now. You've learned
cake and decoration. Makeup. And then we had shoemaking.
Okay, let me not count modeling.
And then we can't
modeling and marketing. Let's not put that one. Okay. So shoemaking came in.
And so I went to meet him at Oke-ado. I want to learn shoemaking. It was like, because they look, I told you, growing at that area, when there's just something different about us. And then he said, you can't learn it. That I can't have the and he has not even taught a female before. That's one too. And then he's saying that I'm tiny. I'm like, I can't do it. I want to do it. And he said, this is how much he's going to collect. I said, okay, fine. I'll need preferential treatment because I have a ushering company registered. I usually go for. So whenever there's job, I do modeling, I do marketing, I sell people's products so that you can always free. And then he said I should pay 15K, which I did. And that was how I started shoemaking. So I started shoemaking. I was learning shoemaking. I was thinking, okay, that I was going to do 6 months learning shoemaking at Oke-ado. And then I was looking at, okay, after 6 months, I'm going to process UK to go and learn shoemaking fully at London School of Fashion.
Wow. You had big dreams. I love that. I've always asked something about people with your size that they always aspire for something big. They like big things. So you wanted to learn, despite the fact that you could not pay.
Like I could not pay 150 and I want to go and pay for. And so the plan was, okay, London. School. And honest part, the school fees then for 1 year is £30,000. Every night before I sleep, I'll check it. I'm always checking it. Like, this is where, as in the kind of shoe I want to do, it has to be, very. And then I started with, once I go out, I already meet people, I'll just tell them that I just use mouth. So I started getting orders, then my oga will do it, and then I'll pay. So bit by bit, I was still making extra income by the side. And my boss, he now said, the way he's looking at it, he wants me to learn bag making. So if I do shoe, I can do a bag to complement.
You must have been pressed into a level for him to think.
The first week of shoemaking, I wanted to faint. It was hard.
Yeah. Shoemaking was that hard? Is that hard?
It is hard.
Why?
It is hard. It's manual. We use hand. We use hand to mark. If you want to do, they are doing in bulk. Want to do slippers of 100 pairs. You have. But maybe design on it is like 4 or 8 times 2. By the time you first mark it with viral with pattern, then you start cutting it out, then you gum it, then you sew, then you file the insole. The process is for a female that has not done that kind of
tedious.
You have to use hammer to press. If that 100 pairs, you press everything with hand all around. Different stages, you'll be pressing, then you use filing mat. I went through everything, and I wanted to spend 6 months. I ended up spending 2 years there.
Wow.
I ended up spending 2 years. So, but the 2 years, my sister was saying that she wants me to come to US to come, and she was already in the US. That she wants me to come to US, but in US, is ear that is making that she go and learn ear dressing. I didn't like it, but she was really insisting on it. So that was where when I decided to go and learn hairdressing. So in between, I told my boss I'll come here 3 days. I'll go to hairdressing for 2 days, and then I was doing that. And also there was a point in between that 2 years too, I went to learn Alliance Français. I learned French for a year. I wanted to just do 2 months there. I was thinking I was going to be an ambassador. I don't even know where that came from. And I sponsored myself too, and so I ended up spending 1 year in Alliance Français.
Wow.
Yes, but Alliance Français really helped me, shaped my knowledge in terms of, the art of excellence to things, the way their system, how they teach, and in the afternoon. So Alliance Français is from morning. Yeah, oui.
You parles français?
Oui.
Wow, c'est bon comme ça. Me, I know yeah. My partner French teacher. So
I did professional exam too. Even when I did I had certificates. I was thinking, I was just preparing. Okay, what if I meet myself in France? There are some school fashion. Shoemaking and bag making schools we have in Italy, we have in France. So I was looking at those places. So if I'm I'm prepared to just get that done. So I end up learning hairdressing for 1 year again at the same time doing French. So in the afternoon I'm back to shoemaking, and then my cousin came. She's saying that how many people are making shoes? Nigerians, they're always buying imported shoes. Nobody even buys shoes. I should go, and she wants me to use clothes. I go and learn fashion designing. There's fashion designing that people will sew clothes. But shoemaking, who is making shoe? Shoemaking was not attractive then. It wasn't. People don't even know that people make shoes. Only few people. So that's how I finished 1 year with hairdressing. In fact, all the people in my house, I'm always making wear for them for free. I have all the tools, the hairdresser, I have everything. And so I finished the hairdressing and then went to get another. I learned fashion designing for 1 year too.
I think that we have like 7 already or 8 if not.
So after the fashion designing, I now started learning bag making. I now learned bag making for 2 years.
And all these trainings, you did not that you were doing them halfway. You finished everything.
I finished everything, and I made money from everything, from all the.
Wow.
I made money. So
it's like you've lived like 10 years in one lifetime.
Whenever I'm having discussion, we just be like, "How old are you?" Like for you to have that
years of knowledge and experience.
I was just dedicated. Like, this is what I want to do. As in, I wasn't looking at. I was not distracted. I was not looking at. I'm always. Once I leave in the morning, that's it. I'm always. This is a course, and I learned everything. And I used everything to make money, and also even train people with it. I train people on makeup. I train people, and with time, not even knowing that those processes now preparing me for where I am now,
which was the initial plan. So sometimes in this life, the universe always aligns for someone that
just accept your fate and just flow with it.
So you just like I said, the universe has a way of causing everything, making everything to align with what God has in stock for you.
Yes.
So going through all those trainings, all those phases is actually God's plan. Let me just put it that way, because that is how it eventually
it actually aligns
with the thought you had in mind. Because let me even ask you, the NGO you had in mind, what was the plan? The plan of the NGO.
I just want to help people.
And you don't know how to help. How you will help them? You just want to help them.
I just want to help, but I don't know how. But what I noticed then, even when I was doing modeling, if I'm meeting people wherever, I'm always, if you need anything, it's not my business. I will find a way to solve it for you. Even when I was doing modeling, then the modeling agency was under Bob Emmanuel Doku then in Surulere. I'm always going there every weekend. So I'm shuttling all in between. So the manager, instead of just being I'm a model, I've paid, I've gotten my form. My relationship went beyond that. I was always talking to the manager then that let's do e-commerce website. I was telling him, let's do e-commerce website where you put the models, we put fashion, we go to all the shops, we tell them, we take pictures of it. The Jumia now, the idea was given him then. And then he was like, let's do this. We'll write proposal. I'll tell him that let me help you to write proposal. That's where I started learning how to write proposal without collecting money. They only gave me like maybe 5 or 6 modeling job. 2 of it they didn't even pay. I didn't even bother. I'm always going there just so that I can help him. Just let's do more. You understand? So it's you have to just. I was always ready to help, and over time I was told that my dad is also like that. That is very kind, always wants everybody to be okay. That I just know that. So if you are beside me and maybe you want to ask for something you want, I'll not stop at what you want. I'll keep asking you a question. So what do you say you want to use, so that I can connect and just help you with information. It might be information, not necessarily give you money. I don't even have money then. And so when I was learning shoemaking, I was thinking I need to go back to school. It was going back to school. Part of it is where I went to French, so that I can keep reading. I love reading. And then I applied to City University. I was given international relation and 200 level. And then when I started, we were just always writing notes. International relation, they were just talking about government, politics. I'll just be in class, I'll just be looking at them like, school fees was 350. I took the class, I was doing the class, and then everybody, my friends were excited because they know that I like school. One day into that class, I was just looking at them like, what are these people doing? Where will I get money? I just stood up and I didn't go back. I just ended it there like, let me go and focus on this shoemaking and sell shoe first, and then I'll come back. And then I stopped. I forfeited the admission, and that was it. And so I focused on shoe. So while learning, I'll just make shoes at maybe when I go middle of them, when everybody's sleeping, I'll just buy materials. I'll be making slippers. I spent 2 years to learn shoemaking. I can only make one design of slippers. One design only. I can't do any other design. Just that one design. I can do it, but I can do it well. So that design was the one I was always doing out. So whenever I'm free, maybe weekend, I'll start going to all the clubs. I'll put it in the bag and just enter I'll sit down, and then I'll start selling to the girls that they are serving. Those are my targets. I'm always there. And at night I'll go and sell, but I'm selling slippers. It's not to meet any. So that's how. So that's where I get money for sort of survivor, to eat, to do all that. And so that is how I've learned shoemaking. Then I went to learn bag making for 2 years too at Salvation Army. From morning till night. I'm always there. I was the only female too, or even the only apprentice. And then I did 2 years there, making 4 years. So after the bag making, in fact, I didn't want to leave the bag making after 2 years. I was always saying that I'm not good because the method of training. And then one of my area brother in Ibadan, he came from UK. I was like, he said he's been asking about me. They said I'm learning. That was how he came to where I was learning bag making. He was just shouting like, for 2 years. He was one that put me out of there like, Otito, you are going to UK. I'll do your clinic or you do to UK. Though we tried like 2 different times to UK, so that, but I didn't. I paid part of the payment, but I didn't get the admission. And in fact, my boss, when I wanted to leave I told you he was one that dragged me. I told him that I want to, because he was really on my. He said he's just using me. And I said no, I don't know this bag. I'm not very good. I want to be very good. And he told me that I should just stop. And then I pleaded with my boss that I want to. And he said I can't leave. That he's not ready to release me. After I left, he didn't collect his shop key from me for 6 months. That level of, I'm always there working. Most times his orders, I know all the customers. I'll just pack all his work. When we are done around 9, I'll pack it. I have one manual sewing machine. I'll just pack all the bags and then I'll take it home. I'll put my torchlight. I was using torchlight phone. Then I'll put it in my head and I'll start sewing his orders, all his work, so that we don't disappoint the customer. And I'll take it back in the morning.
So you're not just did you pay to learn there?
Yeah, I paid. I paid.
You paid to learn, but you are still doing administrative services.
Yes.
These people have not wanted to go now.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I agree with that's your brother that came to pull you out, because trust me, you may stay there till eternity. Yeah, exactly. Because you are adding value, and what you are doing is what they could have employed.
It was from the fear of, I'm not good. How will I, as in I don't even know people, how will I sell this product? How will I make money from it? Like, just keep learning till you are very good. That's it.
Man, you've had a wonderful journey. So at what point were you so sure of yourself in the bag making?
Uh, it was 2010. 2010. If I The Alliance Française in class, I met a friend of mine. Her name is Kuje Ka. She's from Gambia. So we met in class then when we were doing the conversation. So we just became friends. She is a baker too. She likes baking. And then we became friends. She's a Muslim. So I'm always, after, I'll just go to their house before going home. And we're in her room, and she was just like...
That was in Ibadan, right?
Yeah, in Ibadan, yes. They stay she grew up at roundabout Mokola. Okay. And then I'll just be like she would just tell me that, you need to start. I'll be like, I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't have money for machine. The only manual sewing machine that I have, only have one. I have one manual sewing machine, then I have one sewing machine, one table and one. So that's just all I had. And how I was able to get that is my boyfriend then gave me a BlackBerry phone when BlackBerry was raining. And I looked at the BlackBerry. I told him that I can't be using BlackBerry. I know it's even out of the clique of my friend, I was the first person to get the BlackBerry. But I told him please, I can't use this BlackBerry because I don't have machine. I'll not be carrying BlackBerry up and down. It doesn't make sense. And I was like, let me sell this BlackBerry so that I can use the money to buy one machine. And I sold it for 40,000. That was how I bought the one manual sewing machine, one filing machine, one table. I did two, and one pressing. And that was how I was able to have where to practice. It was also practice. That's what I started with the business. And then we had in my grandmother's house at number 30 Reading House, there's a store that they've been abandoned. They just always very tiny space that could not take two people at a time. So I begged the family that they should please, I want to use this space. And they said, fine, if I can clean it and pack the load. And I cleaned it. My neighbor helped me to paint it, did the net, and then we put the machine. The table could not enter, so it's at the corridor. But that setup was done 2009. And it was as if someone gave me diamond. As I was so happy. I slept in that room for 3 months. That tiny place. Overnight, I'm always working. I don't sleep. Doing different design, trying that. So that is where I built trying to try different design. But anybody that is buying, I'll tell them that, see, if you see anybody that wants to buy this bag or this shoe, tell them that you did say the design, because I can't do that same design again. I don't know how to get it. I just do wuru and so that 2010, so Kuje was saying that her sister is in London, that she wanted to start a fashion brand, African prints and Craft was started to pick up a bit, that she's looking for someone to produce for her. And then that was how Kuje said, she mentioned me that I can do it. And how I can do it was when we were in Alliance Française, we were 3 in a class. That class that I mentioned, that I met Kuje, someone wanted to do wedding and then they pick Ankara. So we all bought the Ankara. So I told them that I'm not going to sew my own. I'm going to use the Ankara too. They didn't even know that I make shoes, but I didn't tell them then. So I told them that I was going to use the Ankara to do a sander. I didn't tell them that I know how to make shoes. I used to make. So I make the sander. And then when I got to class, I told them that they should not yab me, that I want to bring. So when I brought it out, that was my first Ankara sander. That's 2009. And when I brought it out, the teacher, they just left for there, and they just shouted this is what you did. This is beautiful. How? As in, it looked so foreign. It was as in something like you did this with your hand. I was like, yes. He said, you're already good. Just start. And so that's where she knew that I can't do it. And then she linked me up. And then they ordered for a few slippers and then 5 bags. And then I did the bags. And she kept asking that I should bring them. I don't know, the feedback is going to London. The first Ankara. And then Kuje says her sister is complaining that. And summoned the courage to take it in. When I got to Kuje's house, and then when she saw it, she shouted as in, you can't differentiate this bag from international. This is. And then when they sent it, and the sister called me, and she was like, you are already too good. You don't need any. In fact, so I started getting the courage of Facebook, started posting, and then the comments, people started, people doing bags in London started sending messages, trying to link up that this is. And then the others just started coming in from there. And then they did a report, they did an interview, put my picture there. I'm the one, they did a collaboration with my brand. I'm the one producing for them. Then I was using Sweet Fashion and Leatherworks that I registered. The second company I registered after Condell Shred. And so that is the, you know, that
That really boosted your
validation
confidence.
that was like, it's already in fact it was good. And then decided ordering, and then from, it was one of that tiny room, and then the order keeps coming in from one order to another, and then keep getting better, and here we are.
Wow. Man, you've had a very wonderful lifetime. And I know that God still has so many things up in stock for you. But then, in all this, what is the most valuable lesson you will say you learned over this period of time? When I say the most valuable lesson, do you at some point wish, how I wish I knew that this bag making would be it? Maybe I would have not just bothered myself with all this. I would have just gone for it. Man, all these things actually, it was. Do you have any regrets along the line that how I wish I did not? I wish I focused on. Do you have anything like that at any point?
To be honest, there's no regret. I'm always so happy and grateful, and because, you know, all the skill I learned was actually what I'm using now. Because we train people on 35 different vocational skills.
And only you can do like
So that gave me I know the struggle of you being a cake maker, I know what it takes for you to be a fashion designer. So I know I'm grounded in it. So not just so it gives me so I have, it's just with me, so I know it. So it's easier for me to be able to play around with it and, you know, create something different, something that can, you know, just help people. So it's and then when things are happening, you know, sometimes things will be so hard. Because it was hard. I'm saying it, I'm laughing, but it was very hard. I remember years back then, whenever I'm doing, sometimes I do 200 pairs. I do 200 pairs in 2 weeks, only me. Yes. Some people don't, when I say I make shoes, people don't believe, they don't know they'll be looking at me, they'll be like, does she really even make it?
No, you know, the reason why they would look at you that way is number one. Look at like this lady. That's number one. Number two, from experience, most people that are parading themselves as shoemakers nowadays, they were like you initially when you were in school. When you were what's it called this now? When you have somebody that is making the shoes for you,
you just
so
get
when so natural thing when you see a young lady saying I'm a shoemaker, say,
just be like,
in
fact, I think that I had to change. I was a leather person. What brought the focusing on creating a niche in Ankara craft is the fact that whenever I make leather bags, leather shoes, and then I'm showing people that this is what I make, they don't believe that I make. So I know, okay, so I started with Ankara. So if I have the Ankara scarf, I'm wearing the Ankara shoe, I'm wearing the Ankara bag,
it is believable.
You know that
this material,
it be not to share, you get. That is where I had to focus on, because the leather, they don't trust.
Did you at some point wish, how I wish I'm a man? Maybe this thing would have been much more received, or I would have gotten a better reception?
No. There was reception over time.
That's one thing I want to point out. Actually, that's what because if a guy does these things,
it has to do with you being sure of yourself, you being determined that you want to make this thing happen. So it's not about gender. It's not about, sometimes some people even say that I'm a man. I'm not a woman, because of how I'm dedicated to my craft and how, you know, I'm about, when I'm meeting you, I'm about business. Most times it's now that I'm trying to calm down. I'm always very extremely formal. So I have to start learning how to, you know, I'm always about business, as in so, you know, most times back then, women, especially when you're young, they don't see women as not supposed to be so aggressive about making money. I was aggressive about, it's not for, even the money was not that I want to show off, but it's just that because I know the vision, this is what I want to achieve. I know it requires that you have to have solid money. And I think it was from that angle. There was a time that there was an exhibition at Lee City University, and I got a stand. I actually shared the stand. The stand was 20,000. So we shared it, and I did 600. I did 100 flat slippers, 600 naira. At 600 naira, I was selling, and then people did not buy at that exhibition. We were there for 1 week. I only sold one pair out of like 150 pairs. And then I was like, what's going on? And then they were buying in the international brand. I felt very bad, but that was when I knew that what is those international brand doing? I need to start doing it. That is where I had to start creating the brand, focusing on, branding, focusing on, packaging. In fact, there are some crafters in Lagos that they said I was the one that inspired them when they saw my boxes. Back then, when people were not using boxes, I did boxes. The only thing is just that we'll do one. We'll just take picture, and then when you order, that's when we'll now start go and make one. So it wasn't that we'll do quantity. Playing around it, I started doing seal. Our slippers. I was one of those shoemakers that didn't put international name on. No. I'll insist that it's either I put Derayo Sweet Fashion SF or put Derayo, or we don't put at all. It has to be is from Ibadan. Let them know that is locally made. And then I was tired of seeing international bags everywhere, seeing and making it has to be able to, when it gets to international market, they say, okay, this is from Nigeria, this is from, it is of standard.
So doing all of this, what role as the government, so to speak? Because what you are doing is not just for you. Yes, it's a means of survival, but at the same time, it's a made in Nigeria brand that is proudly made and is made of quality. So in any way, in any of these things, does the government play any role in your personal, in your brand, the growth of your brand, the development of your brand? As a government, have you been a benefit, or has the government played any role so far?
Yes, and no. I'll start with the yes. Yes, in they tried a bit when it got to the point of where I've already dragged it for like over 15 years. Yes, if I had had support earlier, the growth would have been faster. It will have been easier, and that is how I got to know the pain of an average artisan, an average craft person in Nigeria, or an average business person, their struggle, and how to quickly help them so that they don't go through that number of years. Because a lot of people would have given up. They would have, go and or Oja'ba or do some other things. It takes a while for that process to start yielding and you get that validation. And so it took years. It was from federal government, through Nigeria Export Promotion Council, and also through SMEDAN, Small and Medium Scale Enterprise. So I got a bit of support, and the support was, so that's why I'm saying that the yes and no. The support was I got a stand to go and exhibit products in Gambia for 1 month, an international exhibition in Gambia in 2023. So they sponsored the stand, and then they carried 50 kg of our products, and then they gave us part of the ticket fee. I think 200,000. Yeah, 200,000 for that. So that was the first support that I got from the federal government, and then it was partnered with SMEDAN. So that was how I knew that, and I was the first fashion person from Oyo State to get into that circle, to get to know that government actually helps young people producing to go and showcase their products to meet bulk buyers so that they can now order for more and start sending to that country. I was the first person to get into. And then when I got to Gambia, the first day I got to Gambia, I was looking at the products that people were exhibiting from Nigeria, from Lagos, from Kaduna, I was only Oyo State, Ibadan person, and I was looking at them like, the product in Ibadan on Oyo State is way better than even all these states. I'm like, for one day I just sat and I didn't do anything. I was just looking. I'm like, and so there's this kind of opportunity, if it has been given earlier, it would
that
have
kind of exposure opens your eyes.
Yes,
mind
open your
to a
eyes.
lot of
You will
things.
learn. It was a learning. It wasn't. I didn't go to. In fact, it was. But because I was already prepared, I was already decided. I decided I wanted to go into exports. I did my export license. I got, as in, I was already prepared. I already have products in over 50 pieces of product on ground. And before then I already did I did a container with some few of my friends. We sent container to US, so I was already in that line. If not, an average small business that is producing cannot build that capacity to say they want to get to that level. And it got to a point, even when we some of my friends I told you that we carry content, I was the youngest. I was the two of us that were fashion, the rest are food and cosmetics. I was the other back person that is craft. She's over 60. I was the only youngest. For me to break in through that level, it takes a lot.
So what you're saying in essence is that we will be able to do more if the assistance is made much more available to people who are at the who are not at that level, because you have done a lot of work climbing to that level before you are seen.
And entering different rooms, they'll tell you that you have to join this, you have to add this group before you can have access to some information. Federal government there were some incentives, there was some support, but it wasn't dropping.
It was not democratized. It was in one.
Yes, you have to build your capacity to that level before you can attract it. Apart from that, you also have to be very stubborn and be very determined to even access it. To even now enter the place, it will require you to spend a lot of money, which most people don't have, in terms of you getting the necessary certificates, in terms of even you saying you want to carry container with some people. It comes with funds. And I was the youngest. I was even the so they were like the mama, as in they were 60, 50. But I knew this is what my plan was. I need to have a breakthrough with this so that I can help. I cannot tell my Ibadan people, motini breakthrough. So that's the main motivation, apart from we doing bulk. I was already producing for people in US, and then we were doing bulk. I was doing white label. So not just my brand, so I was producing for other brands. That was what helped me. So that is where I started knowing that the demand for our products in the United States and some other parts of the world, and just one person in Oyo State to get it right, and then link people. So those people that they've been picking, they are the same set of people that they're always picking, because they are the ones that they know. They are the ones they have the information. They are the ones they know they have the capacity, and so nobody is ready to start helping those people. So I made it
because even if you give them the information, they don't have the capacity, and you have to still give them.
So I made it
But do you think the state government can come in there? For example, if the federal government gives that kind of opportunity, and there are people who have the skill, but they don't have the financial capacity, they don't have. So if federal government is making that access available, and the state government is aware, and they are bringing the kind of more like investment. More like, okay, this thing requires you to produce so number of this, or to have this kind of certification which you don't have. Can the state government say, okay, let's fund this so that you can go? Is that
you say they at this present administration, they woke up to it. They mentioned they wanted to do PPP for exports. They wanted to do it. It was this year. We had some meeting in that aspect, but even with that meeting, they're still not ready. So and then the shift in power. Once these people they are out, another people will come, another thing entirely, and then they sorry to say this, they are not in touch with the reality. They don't even know what to do. That's the problem we have now. For most of the meetings I've had, and they don't even know, and they are not ready to partner with those that know. Even if they want to partner, there's a way that they just make everything look as if it's so difficult to achieve. Yeah.
That's one of the things I've learned about people who don't really know what to do. They make it sound as if this thing before you can do it, it's not possible. They just try to mystify it so that they will scare people away.
The current administration were a bit open-minded about it, but then the
government is government. There are so many elements and so many factors that
the bureaucracy and all. And I made it so it was part of my goal. Like, I need to get this thing. Everybody, let's go. This is it. This is what you do. This, and I've been able to do that. After I did the Gambia one, people from Oyo State, they've gone to that international Gambia on their own, not even support of the government to exhibit. And that's, if I had not gone there, I wouldn't be able to point them. This is and this year, the current president of Gambia Chamber of Commerce, while I was there, I did free training in Gambia.
Wow.
Yes, the Gambia Chamber of Commerce. They saw my car. They said, "Wow, they would love to." That is very standard. They came, different team. They came. They would look at the finishing, the branding. They said they want me to help. I trained. I did it for free. I told them, and then they organized it. We did recording. I met with their art and craft different. They are trying, but they said they liked so that they can also do it and start exporting. And then that was when I met the Gambia Chamber of Commerce. Then it was the financial secretary. He's now the president.
Wow.
He sent me a message that when am I coming? I mean, so just come. So when you have value, you'll be able to, and then you know. You have a purpose, you align your purpose with the value that you have. Wherever you get to, you'll be able to connect with people, you'll be able to get meaningful relationship, to scale up, or even to help other people. So most times when I'm meeting you, our connection will help the NGO, will help. So I'm not just talking about my product. When you're meeting me, you're not meeting you buy the product, yes. But I'll tell you that
beyond the product, there are so many other things.
Exactly. And so I spread the green light wherever I am. And then I was able to connect with the president, and he was saying that when am I coming for the next international trade fair so that we can, sit down. I've been sitting down to have that link, that connect.
Yes.
So that means you have to ensure that you are someone of integrity. You have to be up, especially if what you carry, what your carry is huge. You have to ensure that in all aspects you're being careful of how you do. You're being intentional, and so from all other exhibitions. Okay, we're in Egypt as well. It was sponsored by Smidan. They gave us stand and they carried our products. They gave us part of the ticket money to exhibit. So that's just the two. Then they do trainings, free periodical trainings through Nigeria Export Promotion Council, through Smidan. So that's just it. So there's never been but if there's been maybe kind of financial support, or those support that actually comes earlier, it will have aided all this stress, it took a while to get some things done.
It takes what's it called now? Consistency. We're consistently pushing.
Yeah, pushing and not giving up.
That's one of the things I've learned about.
And most of the youth of nowadays, they don't have that patience.
And that's one of the things I've learned about governments. You may be on their neck for years before you get something. Although that something may be something good, but then you have to spend years, and that is not a very, especially for people of this generation. I don't even think our own generation. I think the next generation, they don't get that chills. What's it called? Get out. Now, so let's quickly talk about the genesis that is now coming back now. The NGO. At what point were you sure that now it's time for this NGO to now take effect? Now I think I've gotten all the necessary things.
To be honest with you, I was not. That's what I wanted to do. I wasn't sure. To say I'm very sure about it. Let me say is last year.
2024.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe that.
I know.
You know why I don't believe that? I've known your name and all the things you do years before last year. So how can you be so sure? How can you become very sure last year?
Yeah, because I'll explain. I started training people for free. I started with 2 people in 2012. I started with 2 people. So I wouldn't call it foundation. I shall know that I'm doing. This is what I want to do. I started with 2 people. And then those 2 people, after they finished, I employed them. They worked for me. After they learned with me for one did 1 year, the second person did 2 years, and then I started paying them. They worked with me for a year. Why I said 2024 is because that I don't have money. I still don't have money. Like, to say that I know that a lot of people are running NGO, assessing grants, assessing. Some of them are asking for donation. I told you I'm not the kind of person that asks for help. So to start telling people to come and donate, it was kind of kind of, it wasn't sitting well with me, because people they've messed it up in the sense that they've collected money and then they will end up spending it personally. So the Nigerians don't really donate. That's just the truth. We don't have that habit of donating. So I don't see myself like someone that has money to run an NGO. I was just doing my thing. Like, this is just, it feels right, and this is what I want to do. I just want to help people, because I know that it shouldn't have taken me too long to get to. If I had support when I was learning, if I had someone motivating me, there was zero motivation. I've already spent 6 months learning shoemaking before I've informed my mom that I've dropped out of school. I'm learning shoemaking. Well, that was when he insisted I wanted to see my mom.
And what was her response?
She just said, she ain't got to fetch any. But I explained to her that I'm still going to go back to school. And she said, no problem. She came to meet my boss. So I'm the kind of person that I don't wait for you to. I won't tell you what I want to do to start telling me that. I already decided that this is what I want to do. And then, even if I'm going to stick with it. So I don't want an average Ibadan youth to struggle, not having, some people, they want to learn, they don't have money to pay. Because I was doing ushering, I had some money to pay. Some people, there's no money from the home. Some of them, materials, the first two people that I trained, they don't have materials to practice. I was giving them materials. And it's not as if I was okay, I was also struggling, but that's just what that's
who you are.
That's exactly, being kind. So then it took me, I learned shoemaking for 2 years, and I could only do one design. I learned bag making for 2 years, and I was not sure if I could make it. So I created a curriculum where we can teach you in 6 months. And then after 6 months, you start selling, you start making money, and you'll be good, you'll be sure of what you learned. So I know that, so that is what we are working with the NGO. That's the system we now develop for the NGO. So you come in, we'll take you on all the motivation. Okay, kilo shele, ni transport fare. Okay, klale, okay, you don't have a place to stay. Let's talk to this person. You finished, you don't need equipment, you need tools, just someone. It would have been easier. And it took me, I did Isha Shekara for 4 years before I could afford one industrial sewing machine that was at 50,000 naira then. And I was inside the inbox of most politicians. I was sharing industrial machine, asking for, like, this is what I've been doing. All I need is just one industrial machine, because I was having leg pain because of it was doing bulk, sitting, using manual with leg. It takes time, for you to finish. And the leg, using, there are times we do overnight, not. And so they'll just read it and not reply. So I know that pain of someone. So sometimes when people send me a message, people that I've not met, and then I relate, I understand, and then we look into the issues and know how to solve it. And I'm happy that I went through all that, because that is how I can function. That's why I can function well with this current role. And so I don't want them to feel just having support, someone giving them, okay, fine, you want to start, okay, we can give you machine. You don't have money to learn, we can teach you. I'm in school, I don't have school fees. I want to school fees. You start working first, then you can go back. Just someone guiding them. Some of them, all they just need is someone to say, oh yeah, do this, and then you see that they will excel. But because there's just zero support, there's no, and even from home, there's a lot of issues. People are going through different issues. You just realize that. So it was, I know what it takes. So that is how it was easier for me to really perform and then excel. Because even when we started, it's not as if I had it, but the first one we did, most for 1 year. As in,
but it didn't stop you from doing it again.
In fact, my mom warned me that I'm shaking here, mom. I said, I'll do it again. Well, we'll just do it better. You learn a smart way of going about. Then know your capacity, your limit. This is how much I can spend. I actually applied for grants, different grants, but I was not lucky in that in that aspect. I've not gotten grant before. The only grant I got was 50,000 naira so far.
Okay.
I know. Even the grant, the 50,000, it was last minute that they thought of giving me because I snapped with the placard of 150,000. And they gave other people 150,000. It was just only me. They said I'm already okay, that I don't need it, most Ibadan. That's why I don't apply for any grant that has to do with Ibadan. I don't apply because like they'll be like, you already have money.
Now let me ask, in the last all over all together, like how many people have you trained?
We've trained 11,000, over 300, like 372 thereabouts.
11,000
in the
for
space
free.
of 7 years. Yeah. Now we started with 7 skill 2019. We started with 7 skill, but now we have 35. We've added
35
different skills: automobile repair, solar and inverter, cake and decoration, alaga iduro.
Wow.
That one I like that one, very sweet. Makeup and guillotine. We have crochet, we have Ankara crafts, we have bag making, we have shoemaking, we have photography, videography, we have financial literacy, we have digital marketing, we have adire making. We've spread out, and it's just been, I said, so I'm now the connector. So if I'm meeting you, so you meet, you would, I give value, and then I'll look, when I meet you, I'll know that, okay, fine, this is, I'll not ask you for help. I'll do something for you. Then when I do something for you, you'll be like, okay, fine. It's not as if they feel indebted to me, but people just, they believe so much in what we've done. The year 2019 that we started, we visited 100 secondary schools in Ibadan. We
100?
Yes. And we had, I worked with 36 volunteers then. So we splitted into, in fact, if you see the proposal, I was like, what kind of, as in the way we planned it, just like the brain, it will have been. But we didn't, funniest part, how that one came about, one of the people that have trained in Ankara crafts, she just said, auntie, I'm working in a place in Bodija, and that place, they sponsor, they support. You have different idea that there are some proposals you see, you'll be like, you see my Oga proposal, and they are giving them money that I should come. I'm like, hey, they have money, and I sent proposal. 2 days after I sent proposal, and she was like, the Oga is very impressed. They want to fix meeting the following day. I'm like, and then only me. I just went alone. Only me. I just sat there. I didn't even go with laptop, nothing. And then when I entered the room, the team, I think they're up to like maybe 8 or 9 there, and they sat down with the CEO, and they started I was just looking at them, but I just sat down, and they started asking questions to defend the proposal. I didn't look at and I just started talking, and I explained the plan. We're going to have 7 teams, 7 photographers, 7 fashion designers. We're going to 7 schools in a day, and then we'll spread it out, and then we need approval from the state government. This is what we are going to do to get it. This is the time, this is the material we need. And I said, and then the boss, they were like, we wanted to train 5,000. So their boss now said, okay, fine. They have a vocational website where you learn skill for 2,000 naira, and I was already training, so it actually aligns. And then they said they will sponsor while we do they said they want to do 5,000, so we should make it 10,000. But that minutes they end up they were supposed to drop, was it not 3 million or 2.5 million? I was supposed to drop 2.5 million, even executing the project. But I wasn't doing it for my own. Let's just get this done. At the end of the day, I think the company, they had issues, they had money issues. I don't know what happened, but they didn't speak up on time. It was actually, they've done billboards, we've done all that. 1 week to the program, that was when they now said they don't have money. Yeah. In fact, they were even insulting us at the meeting. Thank God I went with some volunteers. But I didn't say anything. In fact, the volunteers were supposed to talk, but we didn't even know the issue. They didn't come out to say that they're already having, this is what they're having, but they were just saying that they don't. I'm like, in fact, I told them that they should not do billboard. They went ahead and did like 7 or even more than 7 billboards all over Ibadan. So everybody's already aware about it. I'm like, because since you are not getting grants, whatever funds you have to find a way, whatever projects, you need to find a way to just fund it. So I'm a very realistic person. I don't I focus on, I was focusing on what I know we needed to execute that project is materials, and then logistics to take the trainers from the school back to their workplace. But they were focusing on that publicity because, of course, that's what they need. Well, that's what they needed.
So your goals are different.
It was different. Then we actually signed an MOU for 5 years. But it was even the first year that the whole thing scattered. But I maintained that I went all out. So I had to run into debt because of I had to foot the erotipo. We had a lot of crowd. I had to foot the bill of for that event, so it took me some months, I think maybe 6 or 7 months before I could pay back every dime. And then I had to
go again.
And then it was only me again, and then we did it better, and then it became better.
What keeps you going?
What keeps me going is one youth at a time. It's not about the number, it's about if it's just one person that we can help, and that person can make it from us helping him or her, you'll be able to replicate what I've done. If we have 10 or even 5 of me in Ibadan, or even in different states in Nigeria, it will ease off to help out. People will have a direct. Most of the youths now, they don't have direction. They don't even know what they want to do. It starts from there. Some of them, they will say they are depressed. I'll just be looking at them. Share more color depression.
You don't buy
Yeah, so they don't even. So you have to start from first guiding them. They don't even see, because they've looked at shoemakers, they've looked at bag makers, they've looked at their fathers doing all these skills, and there's not really nothing painter. They're not impressed with what they can do. And social media came and just blew it, and then they were seeing that like one game so everybody wants to easy way to make money. So we have to first show them that you can't be a shoemaker and build a career. If you see my CV, you just be like clothation laying the pages. So I had to first ensure that I am a replica of the sample of the youth. They have the youth I want to be for Nigeria, for Oyo State, for Ibadan. So I had to went back to school. I studied entrepreneurial and business management. I did entrepreneurial management again. I've done a lot of courses. So I've done on project management. I'm currently doing MS in entrepreneurship in University of Ibadan.
Don't vex.
So
it's like I'm back for you.
Yeah. So we made sure that all the trainers that joined the team, they are all BSc holder. It's not just about the skill. You have to add academic to it. You have to add, if you add education, it goes. That difference is there. People will come to our office to pick up their shoe and bag when they order online, and just be like, they were not expecting to see that it looks as if you're walking into a bank. Like, this is too proper, and the offices, there's no doors, everything is clean. I'm like, that is what we are trying to say, that this is also a career path. We have to make it attractive for them to say they want to, let me learn. And we've seen improvements, changes, testimonials, people.
How do you feel when you're going on the street and someone walks up to you and says, you don't know me, I'm one of the beneficiaries of...
I get that a lot. Even
11,000 people.
Especially in this, I've seen where I just get down from a car and I let down, think that, and most time I don't dress like you be able to say, auntie, no. They'll see me. It has happened different times. And I was telling someone, there's no way I'll get to in this Ibadan that I'll not see. People will not shout, or people will not say they want to hug me, because I had to build a platform for also the trainers. I have to first start supporting trainers, so that if they are doing well in their business, it will be easier for them to help one or two youths. So it now didn't even stop from Ibadan. Now we started posting people into Lagos. We started posting to other states. So anywhere I get to, I'll connect with you. And then even on social media, I'm linked to a lot of art and crafts skilled people that we're doing the same thing, but we're like friends. They're in Abuja. So when I get to Abuja, like, I have my people. Let's go. You understand? And so So once information drop, I share with them. You can do it this way. Do it. We take that material. You know, just make life easier for everyone. You know, being kind. Kindness is
a winner.
Yeah, everybody is a winner, and then you know you can't serve everybody. Definitely. You can't. So that's my mindset. That's how I deal with things and how I deal with people. So I can be doing most times. We are doing the same too. Even with same in class, some of our professor was telling me that I'm not handling business well because of my mentality. I'm supposed to, you know, competition. You're supposed to do come up with
keep your source.
Mine, there's nothing you can tell me. I don't see it that way because I don't even see that I don't do business for, you know, money. I do business from the impact that business can do. So if it's a circle, you know, when you give back and then you get it back and then everybody is fine. And so most of them I'll just even share, this is the exhibition I went for. You too, can you try it? This is how to go about it to make it cheaper, to reduce, to do this. And most times most times I'm usually the first person to try it and then tell people, let's go. And then with time I got to be leader in different groups because of that mindset. It was easier for me to build community. In fact, if they want to bring any association into Ibadan, the first person everybody would, even person that we are doing the same business, they'll tell them, hello, Badirayo, she'll get it done. So I'm involved in a lot of activities, and that gives me like connecting people together. So I know that you need something, he needs it. Hey, you go and meet this person there, and just tell them my name, and that's it.
I'm listening to now, just seeing Yaloja General. I said that of. Let me ask you a very funny question that I know may be on the minds of a lot of people. Are you planning to go into politics?
Politics. To be honest, no.
At this moment?
Yes, no.
Because anything can change tomorrow.
Anything. Even yesterday, I had a strategy meeting with one of my auntie, accountability partner, and then I was telling her that, auntie, we think we need. They've been telling me for years I should join politics because I already have that. I know what to do. I
know why I'm asking the question too.
But then because I can. Influence, and even apart from the influence, I have the empathy to lead and all that. But there's a lot. When it comes to politics, when you have going to politics, sorry to say this, most times most of the politicians, their value system is terrible.
I don't think you should be sorry to say that because it's an open secret.
So they don't have, and they are so full of themselves. I don't even know if we are the one that actually allowed them, that everybody's always, once you see them like this, everybody's always seeing them as a semi-god. I don't know whether we need to change that, please, because that is where they are getting all their confidence to actually, they are cheating us. Yeah.
Because we laud them.
Yeah, we don't ask. They're not accountable. We cannot hold them
accountable. Because we respect them
and then because most of us, let's balance it. Most of Nigerians too, they are waiting for their time to get there and do more than the present politician that is there.
Exactly.
Everybody wants to get there and still. So sometimes, you know, you just be like, so that's why everybody is I'm collecting from him, so I can't talk, I can't tell him the truth. That is how it is, and is really, really bad, and is affecting us, it's affecting our development and stuff. That's why you see project, they'll be doing project and just be like, what is this? What is can't we do better than this?
If government were to be what government should be, and politics is what politics should be, for someone like you, your name on the ballot may not be the solution, but if any administration that really wants to serve the interest of the people gets in place, someone like you should automatically be considered for certain kind of appointments.
So I think I've always said no to, that was why I said yes, and I've always said no to politics, but because I know that there's no how you get to that office. It's difficult. and I don't want, that's not me, so I don't want to get machine going.
Especially for someone like you that believes in moving before
you're getting things done. You get
that I want to do this, so therefore you now have to submit to your submit to this.
I've had that issue with even this present administration. When they send messages or when they are doing things, when they are doing projects, I'll send them a message like, clearly, at this age, you people are saying that people should come and collect form in one room and go and take it to one clinic. You people cannot send mail. As simple as it is.
You'll be shocked.
For
the things that happen. We see it in this country now. When they want to change something, get data and ask everybody to go and queue up, go and line up. Why do you must you make life difficult?
At this age, for the next part, they are even training on digital skill. So what are you telling her? You're still doing. So what are you telling? That is even. You understand?
Question.
Yeah, I always telling them at the end of the day, no, come on, you reply. That is what they mean. And then when they invite me, I tell them that I'm not coming because what are you people doing? As in, what I want to come for? And that time, there was a time they called. They said they wanted to pay me to be an ambassador of youth for the replicate skill
your training,
and they said they will pay, and I said them they should not pay me. I don't want money. Don't pay me. People should give me loan. If you give me loan, I'll be able to scale up what I've already have to train more people. For me to have done 11,000, that means if I have money, if I was giving support, I would do triple. So just give me loan now, so that you know that I'm not after pay me 2 million, 3 million. I don't need it. Do you understand? It's not as if I have money, but that is not the end goal for me doing all what I've been doing, because so when I started consulting 3 years ago for research projects. So it was when I started that my mindset changed about joining politics, because we had to start from looking into existing policies. So I had to start. That was when I moved into. I knew about what research is all about, how policies can actually change the level of development and even impact at the faster rate compared to the what I'm already used to.
Yeah,
so I started having a kind of open-minded. I consulted for Arise and Win project. I consulted for NISA as well. And so where we are doing, because I was already leader in those, so I was able to give valuable insights into when it comes to vocational skills, when it comes to small businesses, their struggles, what can be done better, what policies can we do, and how to test and formulate policies. So I started having, and it was doing the project because of the kind of person I am. I was able to get, when I did some of the interviews and they asked me how much should they pay me, I said that it's not money, that whatever they want to give me, most times I'm not. And then they pay per seat actually, and then when we finished the project, and then whenever we are doing it was just the principal investigator just said, "There you're for president." Like I'm not a researcher, so I was even scared of if I'll be able to deliver. But at the end of the day, the review I got is that without me, they wouldn't have been able to achieve a lot of things that was very valuable, and that gives me a lot of that. There's a lot of value that I even have installed. I don't even know that I could develop this. That was when I decided to go, and I need to go into academics, not fully, but that was when I had to apply to University of Ibadan and doing MSc, and then we now our award school, we've added research to it. We're doing the impact. We want to know the vocational skills, the impact of it on.
So
the
now
health.
You are going beyond handing it to people. You are trying to see what more can
we do
to
we
make
even
sure
asked
that
them this 2025 edition. We gave them, we took data. We did analysis of 450, over 1,000 participants attended. We did with the researchers on ground with the support of Arise and Win, University of Ibadan. We collected research data, asking them, and we're going to do it for a year and a half. We wanted to know what intervention is even appropriate. What else do average Oyo State youth need? What supports? What is the best way in terms of meeting their needs? And we actually begged them on that day for them to fill those forms, and then we've been calling them to ask after what's the 1 week after, what happens? Then after 3 months, then after 1 year, both the trainers and the trainees want to know the impact level of the project, what we've been doing so far. So if we have not done, 1, 2, 3, go through other, I will not be at that level. And also leveraging on relationship, leveraging on,
network.
So when I actually look at like, how can we merge all together and then just make a better community for everyone.
Wow. I think I got your answer now. So, finally, you've dealt with a lot of young people, and I want to believe the people that have benefited from your training, they are not just young people.
We've had cases of over 50.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they still wanted to. Well, a majority of them are young people.
Yes, young people.
So, the next few minutes, let's talk about the challenges of an average young person, because I was part of a workshop not long ago about the employability of Nigerian youths. Do you think what the market, the present condition that you've seen so far and everything, how do you assess an average Nigerian youth now in terms of employability? Not for someone like you, were self-motivated, like you said, you had something that was pushing you and you were going all out unapologetically, you were pursuing what you wanted to pursue, and it was not about the money. It was just about, this is what I want to accomplish, and then you went after it, and it has landed you where you are right now. But when you put that side by side with the average Nigerian youth, what do you make of our present day youth?
It's the present day youth is, as funniest part is it's not easier years back to access information compared to now, that it's easier for you to learn, it's right at your palm, and they are still not using it well. They think they know, but they don't know a lot of things. They are not grounded. They don't even know what they want to do. Most of them are chasing money that their parents they don't even say that they want to chase. They don't even, it's sad that they don't even know how to write a formal letter, as simple as that is. The education system is very poor. It's very poor. It's already looking like everybody should fight for themselves, and that is not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to, even if you go to a public school, even the public school that I remember when I finished, my English was not very fluent. When I finished, in fact, I can't communicate well, I can't speak well. I know what I want to say, but I can't coordinate the English well. After 1 year, I had to start reading, learn. So most times, I think youth needs to face reality. They should stop aspiring for, you can aspire, you can start saying, I want to see myself in London, I want to act like someone in London. It's not even been there. Everything want to do, they want it to align with the abroad lifestyle and the international lifestyle, forgetting that this is where you are and this is how it is being done, and this is what you can access in terms of support. And this is even how this is appreciating what we have in terms of language, in terms of our ways of doing things, and coming from that aspect, now knows that this is for me to move from point A to B. This is what I want to achieve. This is what I need. These are the skills I need, and this is where I need to learn it from, or what is going to cost me, and I'm ready to dedicate my time to learn it. Little baby steps of. I said it. Most of them don't know how to write formal letter. Even when you call them for interview, what they are saying does not. What certificate they have is not. They can't. Right. And you just ask them, what can you do apart from the certificates? We too, we've been at that point where we're chasing certificate, but what can you really do? It might not even be with your hand. What skill? Every profession has a skill aspect. So just focus on that, and there's no motive. Distraction is at, let me say, over 100%. They are so easily distracted. Some of them, they'll say, I can't sit down in a place for too long. I'm like, so what do I do? They are not, and they are not. They don't even know their purpose. I know it took me a while to coordinate my proposal together. It's not as if I don't have.
You never idle.
But I was never. You understand? Everything was just okay. Yes, I had this. I can do this. And I was telling someone 2 days ago that 2017, I already did a proposal. That I'm always writing proposal. I already did a proposal of I want to build a vocational institute. 2017, we did a the architectural plan. I have it in my email. 2017, we want to have basketball. We'll have where this is where the staff quarters will be. This is where the shoemaking, different skills. I already did that plan. I had the proposal, and I started with that small thing, with having their vocational limited. You understand, with the bit by bit, and I've still not achieved it, but I already know, and I'm planning towards it, and everything I'm doing is in line with that. But they don't even know what they're supposed to do to get to that level. Even if you're saying you want to make $1 million, you think 1 million, what are you going to do to get $1 million? And how? As in, how are you going to map it out? Are you going to sell something of 10,000 to 1 million people? It's as simple as that. For them, is when they realize that this is it. Fine, you can do content, you can blow. We know we've seen some examples like that. We are not saying you should not do that. But even when you are doing content, understand and have full knowledge of what you are doing. Is getting to the point where everybody's chasing money, everybody's after money, and we're celebrating people that have money more than people that have something to give. Being positive now is boring at the present, and is very sad, because it can't sustain you. So you have to really. So I always tell the youth, like, you have to. Challenge. This is, staying in a face me and face you house. It's fine to be at that place. Whatever job you can do at that level, that will take you to another level. Get it done. Some of them, they will say, I know when I was learning shoemaking, then almost all my friends were against it. In fact, when I was doing ushering job, then we used to wash plates. So that when they serve around, so that we'll get good review. Some of my, in fact, Diola and even Peju then said that I should stop washing job, because we were already moving together. People were knowing that it's a dirty kind of job, but I didn't stop and I didn't listen to them, because I know that that's the money I'm going to survive. We are at a different level, but they won't understand because they are not in my shoes. So you have to face your own part. Everybody has their own journey. We can
be friends, but we have different realities.
Even if you are siblings, you will see that you can be staying in the same room, and it will be different reaction to things and the way you see things.
Self-awareness. You have to be aware of your social, financial, emotional, mental, everything.
And if you don't know, you have your phone to open and just. It's so easy now. Like years back, that is not. It's hard.
You have Google.
It's too much.
Make it worse. You have ChatGPT that can even think for you.
You understand?
Okay, I want to get. How can I get here in the next 5 years? Okay, do this. It will even put you so wide.
In fact, download the proposal. Not then that you have to first think for days, sit down and write out. And now everybody has become so lazy. People are lazy. I know people are trying. I know that's why most of my own friends, I moved with people that they are not lazy. I move with people that they give value for. They're not. But we want more of us. We are still so small, and this is our community. We are all existing together. So you have to balance it so that the crime rate, everything will reduce. So we can't overlook the fact that we need to stay here and build our community, irrespective of your status, the money you have, your family background. You just need to, and whatever I'm doing, it has to be to better where I'm staying. And everybody should stay in their community and stay. I'm not going to say don't jackpot. No. I'll just lay your eggs on the table and know if it aligns with your goal, you can go. If it does not, and then if you are here and you did not see money to go, then do what will take you to sustain yourself, and there's dignity in labor. Yeah, it's not, they will be like even when you get that money, then what happens? I'm that kind of a person, as in, you have it. So don't be money worshiper. Don't be so focused don't have, so full of yourself that you are not recognizing these are the people you should, get knowledge from. It's how you have to ensure that you are someone that you have integrity. Is very important. And then when you know that you can't do something, yet your no be no, not like you, and you just be fine. And then you'll be at peace. I think most people are not at peace. They are not,
because they have promised what they cannot deliver. They have beaten more than
and then
what
they are
can
over the when you are, there's some people let me say over dream. I don't know, I think it's kind of good, but don't be too like if we know you want to build skyscraper, but start from somewhere. Start with what you have. Start with the little. It's that, and then appreciate the little. I think I appreciate where I grew up from. I appreciate what I have. At those points, I'm always happy. Even the little wins, I'm so excited. When I had a small space that could not take 2 people at a time, as in me for weeks, as in I was so happy. Like,
that's
this is
the joy
the
of
dream. As in I've achieved, I've arrived. You get selling BlackBerry to get that done. And then it got to a point that I was taking all the other rooms in that building, and then the family has to say, "Oh, my they sent me out of the house." Yeah, because they're actually seeing the 1 room, 2 room, 3. I like, you need to lead the way.
You also shown by family house one day. That's interesting.
And then another thing that I did was I was looking at competitors. I was looking at what they are doing. I was seeing top, even international brands. I'm always checking what they are doing, but I actually faced the reality of, this is my capacity, this is what I can achieve now, this is what I'm building towards. And then it's one step at a time, delivering excellence per time, and then you'll see that you'll be moving. It might not be the so much money that you're looking for, but you'll be fine till you get to. And for me, success is not about having a lot of money.
I think that's just the summary of it all. One of the things I've come to learn recently about myself, and which I'm really working on, and I've made a vow that I will teach as many people that come through me or come while you are chasing money. Try as much as possible to build yourself to be an authority in one thing.
Yeah.
So while you are shooting skits, dancing on TikTok, doing all those ones, just because you want to make money, want to get dollar, you want to get paid, why? Nobody is condemning that. But make sure you are building a capacity inside of you that you as a person will become an authority on, that even if they take away all your social media platforms, they can't take that away from you.
There's last year social media pages were pulled down, and since then we've not been able to be on social media. We've tried and opened 17 different pages. Wow. In fact, if you check Instagram there, you will not see it. They've pulled it down, 17 different pages. We changed phone number, we changed email address, changed location, set up with a US number. They're always pulling it down. And then and it didn't really, it affected at some point, but it didn't really, or like some people, I have seen people that will just start crying.
Some people commit suicide. Some people almost commit suicide when their social media pages.
I'm always looking at them like, that means you are not that grounded in what you.
The only thing they have is they build everything on social media.
What if the platform is not yours? What if everything just went away? What's going to happen to you?
Because they've not built capacity, internalized capacity.
Do you understand? So most times I'm at peace. Even when I'm doing things and it's not going the way I want it to be, I know that I can always retry. I don't give up. I can always retry and then we'll do it again. That there was a particular design of bag that we did, and it took us 4 years to get it right. And then the weaver is always saying, "Madam, I want to try this thing again. Hey, let's try the measurement, let's try." It's just you keep trying, and then we arrived at a perfect design after 4 years. That's the kind of person. So when the whole social media, when the people are saying that, so where are you? We are here. This is our phone number. This is what we can. We've opened a TikTok. We have our website. But so what if all your social media disappears? What's going to happen? I think you need to have a deep. You need to think deeply And then what do you represent? What are you even fighting for? What do you want to be
something,
known
be
for?
known for something. When your
What do you
name is
want
mentioned
to-
and something is mentioned, people will say,
What
this
comes,
guy comes to
what
mind.
comes to, yeah, exactly. I've been in some groups and in some rooms that when they mention Ankara craft, the people that we are doing the same, they will mention my name first before they mention their own name. And it's not because maybe the design we're doing were different, but because of the other element that we added to the crafts. You know.
Man, we can't exhaust this conversation because trust me, like I said initially, that our guest today is so many things packed in one. But one of the things that is an underlying factor or a common denominator is the passion she has for everything she's doing. Nothing happens by mistake, and everything is just in line with our goal and with our purpose. And I want to believe if anyone is listening, watching, that really has a goal, you must have learned a thing or two. But finally, before I allow Derayo to go, I want to show you something. She came with a gift, and this is from her. Because we'll be talking about the bag, Now look at this. I'm loving this. Derayo, Nigeria. do you feel that Nigeria is boldly written on it, and you can see the bag. No, you can feel it. This is a backpack that if you carry it anyhow, anywhere rather, there is nobody that will not look at you twice. Say, come on, what design is this? And this is just so beautiful. And it's a gift from Derayo herself. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sincerely appreciate it. God bless you. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know the website. Okay, is here?
Yeah.
Yes, the website is www.derayo.com.ng. So whether you are in Nigeria and in the diaspora, there are some other things for me.
That is for your wife.
This one, thank you so much. So ladies and gentlemen, www.derayo.com.ng. Ankara products, bags, shoes, crafts, everything. You'll get it on the website. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for the gift. And thank you so much for all that you do. Man, 11,000 plus. That's a massive number.
We are just starting.
I pray that God will give you the grace to do more.
Amen.
To do more and much more. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for using your life as a canvas for God to try a lot of things, plan a lot of things, put a lot of things so that He can actually pass that across to a lot more people. Thank you so much for the impact you make. You know, one thing I believe, the universe always have a way of repaying all your kind, everything you've done. Nothing is lost, nothing is forgotten. Everything will come back to you in million folds. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're
Sincerely
welcome.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been random, and yes, with Derayo Animation Aminat at Derayo of Derayo Vocational Limited. Yes, Derayo Vocational Limited. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe in case you've not subscribed. Afoda Samuel is the name of the channel. Put the notification button on so that when we share new content, you will be notified. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to drop your comments and share this episode with as many people as you know, especially that your young friend, the girl, the guy. Let them know what it feels like to live for a particular purpose. Thank you so much. See you some other time. Afoda Samuel is the name. Many thanks to Mr. Kenny Atetiri behind the mic, behind the camera, behind the production. Till when next we meet, au revoir. Thank you.